Hey everybody. Been thinking a lot today about the nature of my injury and thought I would share with people that don't know the story of how my injury happened and the weeks and months that followed. It was a pretty traumatic experience for my family, especially. Um, but anyways, back on March 26th, the day before Easter, I was playing in a football game with the San Diego Enforcers that I'd represent today. It was towards the end of the game. I went to make a tackle on a larger wide receiver who lowered his shoulder lower than I could get, caught me right beneath my helmet. Um, I don't know if it was the whip forward or the whip backwards, but at some point in there, I broke my neck. I went out. It was the weirdest thing because I was out. My eyes weren't working. Um, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk, but I could hear everything. I could hear the play progressing. So obviously I missed the tackle, but I could hear it going on, but I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't move. So then, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 seconds after I lost consciousness, I came to. I still couldn't breathe, and I couldn't feel anything below the neck. And it was pretty scary. You know, I've been shot at, and this was probably scarier than that. One of the scariest moments of my life, not being able to feel anything below my neck. Um, Fortunately, we had some firemen on our team who were quick to come out there by my side. We had the team doctors that were all they were all so great. Good friend of mine, Ben, came out and stabilized my helmet immediately, or at my head, because there were some people that were, let's take his helmet off, and he was like, no, no, remove the face mask, and so he did everything right, and I had other people there supporting me. I had my wife obviously was there. My kids were ball boys for the team. My parents were visiting from South Dakota, and they were up in the stands watching this. Everybody was watching this. My family was watching this, and the team really, you know, did everything they could to make it easier for them. It was probably just a stinger. He's gonna be fine. But I knew there was something more wrong than that. So they gave my kids, a mission. Go get your dad's football bag and get his stuff together. We're going to take him to the hospital just as a precaution. There was an ambulance already there from an earlier injury, so they came rolling out. While I was laying on the field, thank God I wasn't able to really move anything, not normally. Like I was telling myself to move something and it would move, and the guys would tell me, hey, yeah, your foot's moving, and I was just thank God. Um, and then over a course of time, I started, my whole body turned into a full body tingle, but still very little mobility and motion. Couldn't really move anything purposely. But so they started loading me up into the ambulance, and as I started getting the tingling sensation, then I could start feeling the pain in my neck, and I knew that something happened to my neck. I was pretty positive I broke it, but everybody else was trying to stay optimistic, saying, it's just a stinger. Um, so, anyways, I get to the hospital. My family's there with me. They start pumping me full of drugs, and that's really the last thing I remember for 2 weeks. So everything else that happened after that's secondhand to me. The only thing I remember during those 2 weeks are vivid, just terrible hallucinations from the sedatives I was on. But so I had surgery the next day on Easter Sunday. The doctor said everything went well, but then told my family that one of the screws that they inserted was too close to my spinal cord, so they wanted to move it. So I went back in for a second surgery, and the guy that numbs you, what's his name? Anyways, he was supposed to put in a tube to suck out uh, stomach fluids or something. Anyways, I ended up aspirating, and I ended up developing pneumonia, and then I was stuck on a breathing tube, and so then I was stuck on a breathing tube for about 7 days, which I apparently did not respond well to. Um, and my that and the sedatives, and I guess I developed a nickname, Code 55, because um, that's like an emergency call for the nurses and staff. So apparently there was a lot of those. I put a nurse in the ER. I feel terrible. I don't remember it. Um, my memories are, people, nurses, family trying to kill me. That's all I remember, and it's absurd to hear myself say it, but that's what the reality was to me during that time. I was a prisoner overseas. Um, my family was trying to kill me. It was just a scary time for me, from what I can remember, but probably scarier for my family. But anyways, that was 2 weeks of that, and when I came out of it, I was just overwhelmed with the amount of support that I had received from my team, from my old Marine Corps buddies, from my family, from my friends, and from complete strangers. It was just incredible, Friends set up GoFundMe page. I'm out of work 2 months now, and I got another month to go, and I'm losing a lot of money not going to work. And these people set this GoFundMe up, and it's really helped out a lot. My team, they've done charities for me and my family, and I mean, just the amount of support that I've gotten, I would have never thought it. I mean, it just restored my faith in humanity. It's just been great. Um, Even if you don't believe in God, God is good. That was just incredible. So I mean, basically that was it. I mean, that's the worst of it. And then you've seen now. I mean, I started PT about. I was in the hospital for another week after I came to. So I spent a total of 3 weeks in the hospital. And then I started doing PT. Like I said, I really had a hard time with my right hand, but starting to get that back. PT's going good. I'm lifting weights, and I fully expect to be back to work by the end of June, beginning of July. That's my goal, even if it's on light duty. But that's what I can think of now. That's the story. That's all I can remember right now. It was a terrifying time for me and my family. But like I said, people will surprise you. People are so good. Even though I am a cynic, more than most people. I was blown away by people and their actions. So that's my story, good and bad. And thanks for listening.